So this is what indigenous people tell us. The earth is literally our mother because the earth gives us air, water, soil, and our food, and sunlight that we need. And so it seems to me, when you realize that, we would not treat our biological mother the way we are treating the Mother Earth that gives us our lives and bodies. And every bit of the food that we eat for our nourishment was once alive. And most of it grew in the soil. And soil is created by life. When things die, they rot and turn into soil. We can go a lot longer without food, but if we have no food for 4 to 6 weeks, we will die. We are the earth, the soil. And finally, every bit of the energy in our bodies that we need to do work, to grow, to reproduce, all of that energy is sunlight. And when we burn coal, oil, gas, peat, dung, or wood, that's all sunlight. Sunlight captured by plants, converted into chemical energy, and then when we need that energy to move or work, we break those molecules and release the energy of the sun back out so we can do work.
I read your book, Sacred Balance, and you talk about the four elements. So we are air, fire, water, and earth. So we are the environment, no?
Yes, exactly. There is no separation. For most of human existence, people understood that we live in a web of relationships with all other species of animals and plants, with the air, the water, the soil, and the sunlight. We are created out of these things. And when you live in such a web of relationships, we have responsibilities. And I hate this movement about freedom. I want my freedom, my right to, and you see it with the anti-vaxxers. You know, they don't walk around with a bubble of air that belongs to them. They're breathing air in and out that we're going to breathe in and out. And freedom comes with responsibilities. And when you have something that affects the air, then you have a responsibility to protect that air. You and I, we are 60 to 70% water. We're basically a big blob of water with enough thickener added so we don't dribble away on the floor. But we leak water. It comes out of our skin and our mouth, and we lose water. If you don't have water for 4 to 6 days, you're dead.
Exactly.
If you have to drink polluted water, you're sick. So clean water, like clean air, is a gift from nature. And we have a responsibility to protect it. In Canada, there are hundreds of Indigenous communities. These are often way distant, remote communities that don't have clean water. What's going on? We're treating the earth so badly that the water we drink, and Canada has more water than any other country in the world. And we have polluted it so badly that our Indigenous communities can't drink that water. There's something wrong. And every bit of the food that we eat for our nourishment was once alive. And most of it grew in the soil. And soil is created by life. When things die, they rot and turn into soil. We can go a lot longer without food, but if we have no food for 4 to 6 weeks, we will die. And as I say, most of that food is grown in the soil. And finally, so we are the earth, the soil. And finally, every bit of the energy in our bodies that we need to do work, to grow, to reproduce, all of that energy is sunlight. And when we burn coal, oil, gas, peat, dung, or wood, that's all sunlight. Sunlight captured by plants, converted into chemical energy. And then when we need that energy to move or work, we break those molecules and release the energy of the sun back out so we can do work. So this is what indigenous people tell us. The earth is literally our mother, because the earth gives us air, water, soil, and our food, and sunlight that we need. And so it seems to me, when you realize that, we would not treat our biological mother the way we are treating the Mother Earth that gives us our lives and bodies. And I think that we've got to rediscover that. We think we're so smart. Everything is about us. Everything out there is a resource for us. And we created a problem. Well, we'll just invent a technology and correct that problem. But we no longer think that we are embedded in this web of relationships, and the earth is our mother.
Yeah. And what do you think we should do to change a little bit this, what is happening right now?
Well, the problem, of course, is, of course, we all contribute to it. There are things that we can do in our lives. It's all about energy and conserving energy. We demand far too much energy, and how we move, whether we have a car or take the bus, makes a difference, whether we walk. There are lots of things that we can do, but we need big decisions made. And I think the biggest challenge that we face is that our destructiveness of Mother Nature is being driven by the need or demand for economic growth. The economy is far too big now. The economy uses Mother Earth simply for resources or to dump our garbage. There's no sense that Mother Earth is giving us earth, air, fire, and water. And we have to have economic growth. Well, steady growth forever is what cancer cells believe they can do. A cancer cell in your body thinks, oh, well, I can grow forever and divide. And of course, you know what the result will be. Nothing can grow forever in a finite world. And so, and everybody I talk to says our economy is already too big. We've got to start transforming our economy into one that is in balance with Mother Earth, but it is not. And, you know, Mark Carney, one of the important economists in the world today, in his book, says the Amazon, the company, in the economy is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. But Amazon, the rainforest, has no value until we cut the forest down and plant soybeans or build a city or grow cows on it. Then it enters the economy. You mean the Amazon rainforest, the greatest ecosystem on the planet, is not, the economy isn't built to protect it? No, the economy says it's useless. It's not doing anything until we start cutting it down. And this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.